All right, we're going live on YouTube, I believe. Waiting to see if we're live, and we are live on YouTube. And of course, yep, there we are. Sorry, folks, you're having to walk through this with me. And you can see the complexities now of what we do as moderators. I think I use 4 different programs to do this. Okay. And then I've got to get everybody in on Discord, so let me get my screen share on that. I feel better. I'm just a little discombobulated. All right, you see my charts?
That note, I'm going to take, let's see, watch.
Yep, and my mouse, as usual, is not with my crosshairs on Discord. Don't know why that's like that is, folks. I'm sorry if you're watching on Discord. Okie dokie. I think we're in now. So good morning, everybody. Welcome to Bullish Bears. And we're going to go find some stocks to trade. Don't know what to expect this morning. Everybody, you got all the, I don't listen to the pundits. I'm going to follow the chart. We did hit, I have a noisy chart right here. We did hit some areas on SPY that are pretty low. This line I have here, 365.80, was the lowest VWAP until this morning that I had on my chart for SPY, I think, for the last 180 days, trading days. So that was interesting. So I don't know what it's going to do. Some are expecting it to fall further. Some are expecting it to go a little higher. On penny stocks, I have ADX here right now. And Bud was asking about routines. Yeah, the thing is, and Bud, this takes a little time as you start realizing what's crap stock and what's not. And the Webull app helps. And then when you can start reading the charts a little bit better, you can actually look at the Spark chart. I looked at the Spark chart this morning on Webull for pre-market gainers, and I didn't find much. But you could look at the Spark chart, and if it's like a bunch of smooth lines, then I don't even pay attention to it. That's a slow mover. But then once you can identify those things, and usually like in the penny stocks, you're not going to do too many options down there. You can get some good stocks every now and then and some good movers. But usually there's a gap, this little area right here, and the way I do it is I usually mark those things out. We got 2 minutes to the market opens, so we got a little time. So to me, this is what I do. This works for penny stocks. It does work on large caps as well. It just takes a little bit more, it takes a little time to get used to them. But eventually, what you'll do is you'll start seeing this stuff a lot more, and it just takes time in front of the screen. So what I do is I usually mark out my highs and my lows. We usually do that with everything. And this is a gap that we have here. And that's my point of, I call it last chance for romance, point of no return if stock hits that. And then I use the candlesticks. And I do this on a 2-minute chart only because that's how I learned to begin with. Then we go to the candlesticks and we start finding these areas where prices giving us an interesting look. To me, this is an interesting look. And this is possibly what we call a demand zone. Do that. Just going to do this right here. Then I mark out those highs because that's we're looking for price to break that in the regular trading hours. This is our little zone now we have here. We have a low and we have a high, and then we have price that can range inside of that all day long. Or if it breaks these levels down here, if it breaks this level down here, it'll probably fade the rest of the day. You have a different strategy for trading penny stocks than I do for the large caps. And the penny stocks are quick. You can get caught in these things pretty quick. And I do have a lot of zones here. And I look for places where price, consolidates, or where it just, the zone where it's not going any further, and gives us a little stomping ground right there to look at. So here we go on the open. Oh, goodness, I hadn't opened my Webull yet. And let's get that going. We're going to see what happens here on the open for the big caps. It's Monday, folks. Welcome to Monday. All right. See, this guy's already building off of that little spot right there. I grabbed this guy. I don't even listen. There is nothing going on my scanners right now.
Yeah, I just went through top gainers. There's nothing.
Holy cow. I mean, my momentum scanner has nothing. That's not normal. That is not normal at all. All right. So my curiosity about these large caps and SPY and the main market guys is, everybody's calling this a bottom and everything, and or calling it. Some are calling it the bottom. Some are saying it's going to go further. Well, I want to see. I have, I'm curious because it did go down to those lows the other day that it hasn't been in for a while, and we'll have to see on a 5-minute chart how it does mainly. But I like to wait the first 15 minutes out. It usually give us a direction, but with everybody calling for all these bottoms and this, that, and the other, I'm not sure with the 0-day what it's going to do. I think if it's rejected, it rejected that lowest VWAP at that price I said earlier, that 365.80. It's that low VWAP right there. It rejected that the other day, so we're going to have a bounce. Is this thing going to give us a nice bounce? Have to break some pre-market highs. Right now we're in an area where we're going to have to just watch and see. In the meantime, we got this guy over here, which is LVTX. He came up in one of my scanners. As a matter of fact, these are the only two came up in my scanners this morning. And I have pretty good scanners when it comes to penny stocks. And they, may give us a little opportunity, but at the moment, I'm kind of going to sit on my hands. This is an unusual market. So it's time to just sit on the hands for a minute and see what happens. And while we do that, we can just look at things and continue to talk about what we do in the morning. So hope everybody had a good weekend. I'm finally starting to feel better. I did have another busy weekend, so that's why I seem a little frazzled right now. 2 long weekends. I played a private party last week, 8-hour day between travel, set up, and getting there, and then getting home. Those are long days when they put you out in the sun. And then played a wedding this weekend, Saturday, and it was another long day. And as the weddings can be long days because you got to do all this setup before the wedding party gets there, all that fun stuff. But I think they had a good time. And then they surprised me with a good
job,
with a little bit more pay than I thought I was getting. So it was a good day.
Wonderful.
Hey man, I didn't know you. Were you a DJ?
No, professional musician.
No, he's a real deal. He's the real deal.
But what was funny was my boss this weekend, my front man, the guy that hires me to play the gig. He was doing the DJing too from his phone, and I was like, Jamie, what are you doing, man? And he goes, I got double duty today. All right, so we've got a little bit of movement here. I'm real curious to see what this is going to do. This is we're not even 5 minutes into it yet, but we got some movement. Is this a 5-minute chart on Ford? Sure is. Sorry about that. And the reason I use the 2-minute charts, because I learned on a 2-minute chart from a Bullish Bears moderator who was with us for a while and went off and started his own automotive business. Pretty wild, actually. And He used 2-minute charts, so I see certain signals on a 2-minute chart. But I do have other charts I look at. You can't see on my screen right now. I do have a few monitors, and we're doing that. So. Yeah, I'm not sure about all. There's a lot of crazy meetings going on. Let's go look and see if I've got. You got an emergency meeting being called. I see there. Thanks for that, Victoria. Yeah, some days can be pretty wild. We've got a few things. Got a 10:30 meeting. I don't see any meetings right now on my Market Watch in TOS.
That's a meeting in the UK for our interest rates because our pound has crashed against your dollar.
Oh my goodness, yeah. And where is the dollar? Oh, and the dollar's up too. So, wow. All right, well, let's see. Oh, missed this guy trying to look at so many things. This happens, guys. That's why it's good to have many eyes, right, Devin?
Oh, yeah.
So,
Imperative.
So this little guy right here was possibly that demand zone, and you can see how price just kind of, that was the spot I was looking for, where he found a little platform to stand on, so to say. All right, Ford moving up. That's nice, Ford. I like seeing all these guys moving up. This is what I was curious about. I was curious about all the, all the talk of the bottom coming. We haven't hit the bottom yet, so I'm curious to see. I'll follow the chart.
Yeah, I'm curious.
I'll follow the chart rather. Yeah. Sometimes what I see happening is tension and release.
Well, it's it anyways.
Yeah.
Isn't
it? Like
respiration
and respiration.
What is it?
Respiration.
Yeah. Exhale, inhale, exhale.
This guy hit his high. I must have traded this one before. I got levels on him up higher. So he
what
hit
is it
his
you
high.
say?
This guy
the
hit his high.
The market goes up, down, or sideways.
Yeah, I learned that from Sig. Sig made totally sense. There's only 3 ways it can go: up, down, or sideways. So that's why the strangles are great. But I mean, I'm not looking at that at the moment. Friday would have been the day to enter strangles for some of this stuff. Where are you?
Hopefully, it might be a nice trend day.
You got to be kidding me. Oh, there it is. Yeah, I would like to see a trend day. Now, it is a 0 day as well. So, in 0 days, we usually get a little sideways motion. So, but here, we've got some movement happening. I'm not interested in trading anything yet. I'm looking for a little shakedown, breakdown.
I saw that V developing that you like to talk about on SPY at the very beginning.
Here?
At the very beginning when the market opened, if you look at the woodies and
right here
at your indicators,
look
there.
Look at you! You sure did.
They V'd right off that at the open.
It did. Look at that. Let's go look at that on a little bigger scale. This guy's probably going to come down. Yep.
Sorry, that's why I wasn't paying attention to the other guy, because I was busy looking at that V formation.
Oh, yeah. Well, as my scanners just lit up, I did manage to stop the dings from happening.
Man, I liked those. It made me feel like I was getting on a train.
This is the little dip you see here. He's talking about on the lower CCI. Sometimes we get them both happening. It's almost like Price has said it's hit that level so hard that it's gone all the way down. This is how I look at it. It goes all the way down and puts a dent in the lower CCI, and it gives us this little push. Yeah, and again, these are lots of there's a lot. It seems complex, and it is. And I'll say to Bud and everybody else, keep listening to SIG and those morning briefings, because the more you hear and you're immersing yourself and embedding yourself in this environment, the more you're going to learn and the more you're going to understand what's being said.
This is mostly immersion. That's like 90% of this is immersion.
Yeah. So, all right. So we're at a pivot here. And that's what that green line is, and that comes from my support, auto support, and resistance indicator. Boy, it takes me a little time to get started on a Monday, huh?
Nah, man, you're doing great. What are you talking about?
All right, Ford, what are you going to do here? It looks like you're going to push up again. It is 9:39.
It's doing that bird beak. It's doing that bird beak thing that I don't like on Ford, though.
A bird beak thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't have an angle for the top. It's just kind of, I get this feeling that it's just going to drop. Even though it's got wicks below it.
It's above the 200 too. Let's see.
And
We'll have to see.
your 8 is on top, so I'm not sure.
Well, yeah, that's
Might be
that's
just a
opening
pullback.
up. That's opening up. This is a 2-minute chart too. So this guy, we're going to see if he builds on his VWAP right here and pushes on up to these previous levels.
I keep forgetting that you use a 2 as opposed to a 1.
I do. I am getting quite used to the 1. It's just because I see things on the Woodies and the CCI on the 2. There's certain
Makes sense.
yeah, there's certain intersections that come and happen, and it looks like we're going to push again here. So let's see. What is our pre-market high? Our pre-market high is 368.97. So look to see. Here's what we look for on the pre-market high. And Bud, you were asking these questions a little while ago about what we do to how to find stocks and how to do a morning, finding everything in the scanners and so forth. Well, one of the things we do is we mark out our. You'll see Sig do this is our Globex, which pre-market overnight. Highs, lows, and then when price comes to those levels like this right here, we expect some sort of resistance, some sort of reaction. Now, if it blows right on through that high, well then that's pretty strong indicator we're going to be bullish for the rest of the day or for a while. Trend. That's exactly right. So we look to see that, but a lot of times what we'll see is its price hits those highs like it's doing right here over here on ADTX. It'll hit those highs and then pull back a little bit, almost as if it's being forced back. So look, you got your red bar there that somebody was calling out just a few minutes ago with their feelings on that. Looks like your feeling was right there, Devin.
Ow.
So we just gonna have to see. We're getting towards that high. We've gotten to a pivot right here, and also price reacts to pivots. That's why I use an auto support indicator that puts those pivots on for me automatically. That's training wheels in a lot of ways, and there goes a dump on Ford. So,
I'm looking for a 50% retracement though on that.
On this here?
On Ford, yeah.
Down to, well...
No. I mean, when it comes back up, I'm looking for a 50% retracement.
Well, let's see. This thing is certainly looking quite bearish right now. There's no doubt about it at the moment. So that is big. And
yeah, I'm interested to see what SPY does off that.
I am too.
Yeah, I wanted to order a put at 44 for Ford at 1250. I would have made like $7 off that right now.
You were thinking about that a minute ago?
No, I tried to do it, but my options funds hadn't cleared and Webull, so it didn't let me, but I would have just made $7.
Yeah. Well, I tell you what, $7 is a lot better than making $7 than losing $7. Okay, so let's see. We're going to find some ground, perhaps, on the MES. Looks like it's trying to hold the level, but we'll see. If it blows through some of these levels, yeah, this is sit on your hands time right now.
Oh yeah, big time.
Make that $10. Yeah, my starting strategy is, as Jeremy had us doing, is just doing legged in strangles on the stuff like Ford, where it's low price, high volume.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a great way. As Jeremy said, it's a great way to cut your teeth on options.
Yeah, we got some stuff going on over here.
I just posted the strangle I put on last week on Ford. Somebody give me any advice if you think I should close one of the legs today. I'm gonna, if we close this trade out this week, I'm gonna put another one on them.
Yeah, I will. I am still learning options like everybody else. I was a penny stock guy for a long time. That's why I do penny stocks. I see those movements pretty well. And the options thing is a whole new world to me. I'm just a little bit ahead on some things maybe than y'all are. And learning from Jeremy as well, whose son had a little bicycle accident on the way to school today, and they have to go make sure he doesn't have a concussion. He thinks he's going to be all right, but that's why we don't have Jeremy right now.
Well, if he's anything like his dad, he's got
gonna
a big skull.
I knew you were going to say that. I knew it was coming. Look, these guys almost look, they are alike. No wonder. Damn it. Excuse me. I'm sitting here. What the heck? I don't want you there.
I'll stand by and wait for Jeremy to come back and advise then. Cheers, guys.
Yeah, I'm not going to be good on the options advice. I'm going to be better for you on price action, which price
No
action,
worries.
yeah, price action is important because the more you learn price action, the less you have to rely on someone else's technical analysis. And
Absolutely.
and so that's what we're doing here. This right here, we're going to see this guy. I think he might give us a little push and he might hit those levels. Now, I can go find those levels. I get a little distracted too, guys, because I'm looking at these trades as well and wondering, should I cut this or should I cut that, and so on and so forth. So I can get a little distracted in that trading as well. But Jeremy assures me the more I do this, the better I'm going to get at it. So it used to amaze me when he'd sit, and it still amazes me when he sits there and he looks at something and he's already taken trades. And he's so lightning fast. I think we're going to go down a little bit here. This is very unusual, actually.
All right, testing support on Ford.
Ford's testing that support and that level right here. Let's raise it up a little bit. I see. SPY and the MES look like they're trying to maintain that level as well. Let me go check out over here what's going on. We still have a VIX at $30. My VIX indicator. Yeah, this is a pivot at 1213, and we're going to see Ford find solid ground there. Now we're at 947 market time.
So 50% retracement.
Is that what you were calling for this year? 50% retracement?
That's what I was wondering. I'm wondering if it's gonna, because you've got the 8 under the 15. I
see the 8 under the 15.
So I'm wondering if that's gonna crush it.
I see that on the SPY too. But SPY is doing something a little different right now. It's moving back up. So flag 1. Now we're going to make a go at that high there, see what happens with that.
I'm going to be amazed if that goes for 5.
Alrighty, let's
if this can't, I'm wondering if this candle's going to get crushed.
Let's see if I can find some other stuff for everybody to look at on penny stocks. I know I'm a penny stock person myself.
Them pennies.
Oh, hey, listen.
Hey,
just
Jeremy.
in time, Victoria, and everybody's got questions about options, and I can't answer them.
Gotcha.
I had trouble getting in this morning, so I don't know. It's going to say whatever it said from Friday.
Yeah.
I had a weird time getting in for some reason.
I'm just now getting a look at the Ford situation, and looks like we're going to head south down to about $12.13 for the time being.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting.
Yeah, my kid took that fast mystical journey over the handlebars this morning on his way to school, and had to get them all checked out.
Yeah, what did he land on?
Concrete.
Ooh.
Ouch.
Yeah. And he sprained his left wrist. Road rash everywhere, of course. He was like hucking it down the sidewalk, and his chain came off, and he had a sudden stop.
Wow.
Oh man, I did that once, and my pant leg got caught in the sprocket and threw me. Oof.
I did that once where the pedal broke on my bike, and I flipped over. I had a horn case in my hand. I was going to a band rehearsal. I was a kid.
Oh, no.
A long time ago. That's why my head's like it is now. Hard headed.
Same here. Yeah.
I hit my head many times as a young man.
Thank goodness you're all right, buddy.
Potential bounce on Ford, actually.
I
Might
know.
be an
Go look
end
at the
pattern.
MES. Go look at the MES in SPY. It almost looks like an end pattern right now.
Yeah.
But we have to. It still has to break through that Globex high before it does anything.
Yeah, we're a bit wary here, right, guys?
Just a bit.
I am,
There we
because
go.
I don't know what's going to happen with this market. By the way, Victoria posted a picture of her strangle, and she was asking some advice on that a little earlier.
Sure, let me get into that.
Yeah, it looks like we're going to do that.
I'm happy to just let it run. I don't think it's doing anything directional at the moment. Is that?
Yeah, I'm in the same position. Looking at the calls starting to take off, and I think we'll give this a little while to work out the opening range. Sorry, I'm a little late this morning.
Yeah, no worries. I hope your boy's okay.
It's all right.
He's
He'll
okay.
be-
He's a little goofier now. That's all.
Listen.
Yeah, Jeremy, I was telling him I wanted to I wanted to buy the 1250 right when it started dipping. I would have made $10
Ah,
forward, but my funds haven't cleared for options in Webull yet. But my other thing was trying to figure out the charts and also screeners for these type of stocks, so I know what to look for in the morning.
Why does it do that?
'Cause,
for stocks like Ford, or for stocks like
like what's good for strangles? Because you
Gotcha.
said like, strangles are the best to learn, the legging and strangles.
right. Pretty much anything that has good options volume and at least a little bit of price action, where you can go back and look at known levels, and that way you can get your entry and exit targets, trade the range, all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, Ford seems like it's been like 1250 to 12.
Ford's a great one. American Airlines is making some moves.
Oh
Yeah, American Airlines seems a lot slower.
Yeah, Ford's a little slower, which is good though, because then you get a little bit of smoothness to the movement, where you can actually make better assessment of price range and stuff like that. Let's see here. For some reason, Webull is not saving all my chart settings when I close it over. Yeah.
ADTX. Let's go look at this guy.
Yeah, I got big into Webull this weekend, Jeremy. I didn't realize it was that great.
Oh, yeah.
I have the entire like quick option setup done, but setting up all the charts and everything takes like 10 minutes because I can't figure out how to save everything.
Yeah, for some reason it's not saving mine either, but usually it does. I wonder if I need an update or something.
And I also, like, if I click on the options chain, it's supposed to switch the active trade, the ladder window. Like, it's supposed to list the option in the top, and it doesn't follow.
Let me see if I can figure that one out.
SPY got up to the top and wicked. That's
It
a double
pulls the
top
chain.
kind of, right?
Pulls the option chain for me. There might be a data application involved or something.
Okay, let's see. Yeah, is that the Webull thing?
Yeah.
It takes a little time. I know. I had to figure it out too. There are a lot of things. I'd have to sit down after the market and look through it and maybe post some things to you.
Right. I remember having to subscribe to
All right. Here we are. We're at that 368.63 is a previous level for resistance or support. That's probably previous support for SPY.
remember having to subscribe. They give you like a free trial for options data or something like that. You have to check in your notifications.
No, I got it. It's $2.99 a month. it was working yesterday. It just decides when it wants to work or not work. I have all the charts linked, and it's just not showing the option at the top of the box like it should. It's
Gotcha.
just showing the stock price.
Gotcha. So I'm looking at a potential for a reversal here off of that $12.30 pivot.
Yep.
And
We're
if
at
it
the
starts
top of the
to
box
reject
on
that,
the MES.
starts to reject that on both SPY and Ford, I'll probably off my calls and then ride the puts down.
It's in poor taste, but I call double tops twin towers.
Yeah.
Oh, too soon?
Well,
Wrong.
you almost have to have a dark sense of humor to trade, man.
Sure you do. You do.
It's the only way you're not going to let the market beat you down, so to speak.
You want to hear a good story about last night? So I went to bed with yesterday I had one of my futures positions for crypto get liquidated, $2,800. And I'm usually very good about watching it and leveraging down. It's kind of like leaps. If you're down 50% on a leap, you use your
Right.
fresh capital to buy more average down. So I'm usually great about it. And yesterday, for some reason, it tanked and I missed it, which I
Ouch.
never do. I felt horrible. $2,800. So I'm like, screw this. So I doubled down. I woke up for some reason at 4 a.m. and I made $3,000.
Nice.
Nice.
I got all my money back. I couldn't believe it.
That's awesome.
That is pretty cool.
I like those kind of nights.
Those are always fun.
ADTX, by the way, looks like it's finding some support in this zone right at this top of this control bar over here. Control bar because it's the biggest one right now there. We had that big push this morning in the pre-market. It could be just a trap to get new traders and excited to want to get in there and buy in this market. Because everybody's figuring it's low, so now's the time to buy.
Yeah, this is not the dip to buy.
Well, this is the dip to watch to see if it dips lower. That's what I'm looking for.
Right.
Right now we're
That's-
still heading towards that Globex high, but I'm looking at the MES, and I'm looking at that profile, volume profile, and it does not. I can't show you that on this. It's a different computer and different software.
Hey, Jeremy, looking at the SPY, would you do a 368 and a 369 for a strangle?
Wouldn't go necessarily at the money on that. I'd go a little further out, probably like let's see, I would do, if anything, Friday expiration 372 and 365 or 64, depending on which one would match the put side. That's going to be spendy though.
Cheaper? Just because it's cheaper?
Right, and then the other thing is, when you're this close to the open, it's going to have some increased implied volatility to the point where it'll start to wash if you hold it too long.
So you kind of want to wait till maybe like end of day to do strangles on SPY?
I like to do midday strangles on SPY because the implied volatility is the lowest. You've got your range worked out, and then you get that middle candle or that bar 41, and you get a pretty good idea of what is expected, and then you can leg into it on price action if you can.
Hey, bar 41's on the 2-minute, right?
No,
5
5.
minute.
It's on the 5. Thanks.
It's 12:50. It's the one that starts at 12:50 p.m. That's bar 41.
All right.
Yes, sir.
There's a whole strategy to that. I hadn't even dug into yet.
I missed that, but American Airlines rocketed up to 38 from 03 on a double bottom.
Sweet. All right, let's see. We go here. Yeah.
Let me get that open real quick.
ADTX.
Wow, where's that coming from?
Fine. American Airlines.
Yeah, must be some news.
Well, this penny stocks don't
Watch.
look that great today. Let's go find American Airlines.
Watch. Yeah, it's a penny stock. Watch
Whoa,
that.
Look at that.
Watch that 2-hour 20 period. That's where your resistance is right here. About 1240.
What do you mean by 2-hour 20?
Well, here we are on the 2-hour chart. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Jeremy.
Oh, you're fine. You got it right there.
Yeah, it's the 2-hour chart. We look for a 2-hour time frame. This is the 20 period, the 20 SMA, and that's where our resistance is right now. It's coming up to that.
Yep.
And
then there's an extension for control candle, the 2-hour candle from 11:30 Friday,
SPY coming
that
to its
line.
Globex high.
Just above that at about 12:54. So I would watch for a shorter term reversal at that point.
Globex high for SPY. And it likes to rhyme sometime.
Yes, it do.
You want a peanut?
Not rhyming, and I mean it.
Inconceivable.
I don't think that word means what you think it means.
Love it.
Never challenge a Sicilian when it comes to death.
All right, I think I'm going to off my Ford call right here. Take it.
Jeremy, you're off your Ford call?
Off my
Mhm.
Ford calls.
What, if you closed your Ford call, yeah?
Yep,
Yes, he
call
did.
side closed.
Right, mine's down $8. Is it still a good time to close?
On the call side?
Yeah.
Huh. What's the put side like?
Put side's up $2. Do you want me to send a quick screen cap?
That should be about there. So the idea is to sacrifice the losing side of the trade before it starts to take over. And I'm
Yeah, well,
looking at,
it was down -4. Now it's down -8, so it's obviously losing more and more. So I suppose I should close it off sooner
Volume
rather
right
than
here.
later.
right, we're looking at a quick turn below resistance here on the 1-minute chart. So I'm looking at that pair of candles. Let's see here, the 10 o'clock and the 10:01 candle. Both of them rejected that 8 period, and then the next candle broke the 20 period and the 200 period. So I'm looking at a little downside. Let's see here. This is where I would get rid of the call side that's losing and run the put side that will eventually.
Yeah.
be
Okay.
lost.
I'll close that position now.
By looking to curl down a little bit too here.
Yeah, it's rejecting that high. So want to see what it's going to do
I'm
here.
really interested to see what happens here. Because it looks like flag 3, to me at least,
Mm-hmm.
when I was in my
Kinda
phone.
does.
Down low.
Sorry, it's the third bump.
AAL looks like it wants to go higher. ADTX, look at that. That spot right there, top of that candle, found its platform. And now it's going to push up. And we got levels. I don't know how high I have levels. I have levels up to 375, it looks like. So ADTX, we've traded this one before, Jeremy.
I remember that one. You remember? I remember.
Member berries? Really? Are we going
Here we
South
go.
Park now?
Always. Love South Park.
Been there.
Respect my daughter.
Still never watched it, but they told me I was there. I was in Fairplay, Colorado a
There you
couple
go.
of years ago.
Boom, there it goes.
All right, Ford, make us some money now.
So just a quick recap, Jeremy. We're expecting it to obviously go to the upside, yeah, because we've closed the call. No, other way. Sorry, I've got it mixed up.
Yep.
So
Yeah, we're expecting to go down a little bit.
Yeah.
And, I'm also looking at American Airlines might reverse here. That's a nice tweezer on a 5-minute chart. And
It's,
let me check.
everything looks a little side-ish ways.
That's exactly what I was just saying to myself.
Well, it's a
Gotcha.
0 day, so at some point we get sideways.
Yep.
Yep.
That's exactly
Bunch
what I
of-
was just thinking.
Bunch of
What,
wicks poking.
What time frames do I want at the charts I'm looking at? Because I only have room right now for Ford and American Airlines at 1 minute charts each, and then I have the SPY open at a 1 minute and the SPY open at a daily.
When I'm running my Webull charts, I usually run that grid of 4. And then I'll run a SPY 1 in 5 and a Ford 1 in 5, and every once in a while I'll flip over to like whatever's moving, like American Airlines or what have you.
Airlines
1 in
coming
5
back
minute,
up.
like 2 charts, 1 in 5 minute.
Yeah,
Right.
typically.
Yeah, but like the charting's done on the 2 hour also.
Yeah, the thing you use the 5 minute is it gives you a better idea of sentiment. The larger time frames
Right.
give you that idea of the direction. You can see the patterns on those, and you can get the idea of which direction it's going to go in. And then the 1 minute gives you the you follow it to get those entries and exits.
Right.
You know, and especially when you can see all the patterns you're going to see. But on all the charts you'll see the patterns, but that 1 minute will give you those good entries and exits, and it can take a little time to get used to that.
Right. It gives you like the moment that it's changing.
Right. You can see it, and when you can draw your, you can draw your channels and look for your wedges and everything on that to give you your entries.
You guys are getting me all giddy.
There's no 2 hour on Webull that I can see.
Yeah, there's one there. We're gonna maybe later on at some point we can get in a little Discord with you and show you.
Yeah.
We just have to figure that out, bud, on your schedule.
Yeah, you just gotta wait for work typically. Next to down at the bottom left of the grid that you see on your Webull charts, you'll see the interval. And
Yeah.
to the right of that, you'll see all the intervals. To the very end of that, you'll see a little drop down arrow. Tap on that, and then you can go down and put a star next to any indicator you want to see as far as time frame goes. I usually mark the 1, the 3, the 5,
Aha, got it.
15, 30, 1 hour, 2 hour, daily and weekly. I'm always flipping around through those.
Yeah, that's what I say. Remember, Jeremy's always moving. He's like that running back, always moving his feet,
Yep.
looking at where it's going to go, what's it going to do, how is it going to get there, where have we been before, looking for the diamond tops, looking for the purple wolf.
Wolf.
Yeah, my next mission is like figuring out a routine to chart before the market starts and what to chart so I know where everything's going.
Control candles. Chart control candles.
Yes.
Big candles.
We're
On the 2 hour- on the
we're gonna
2
put
hour.
something out about that real soon here.
Yeah, I saw the one from the lesson from last week. It's pretty good. I read it again this weekend.
On the control bars.
Yeah, the ladder.
That was a
up and
couple
down.
weeks ago. Yeah, because I'm too busy this last 2 weeks to get my stuff done on Sunday evenings.
Hey, we really appreciate you making the time you do for us, buddy.
Heck yeah, man.
No, y'all are great. This is sideways.
I had to start cracking out some of those videos as well. Now that
Well-
we have the
Morning,
ability to
guys.
produce them
Morning.
much more efficiently, we're going to
Morning.
do a lot more of them.
Yeah, the is definitely better. I was happy with recording that last night.
Stone, I liked your video that you put on YouTube yesterday.
Oh, thanks, man. That's what we're working on.
Yeah, wasn't that good?
my
I
first
thought that
one.
was real
Yay.
good.
That's excellent.
I
I
try
was
to
gonna
get
give
quick
you
to
some
the
love on
point.
that,
There's
too.
so much. It's so complex. There's so many moving parts. But once you
Yes.
start breaking them down and you start getting them to, okay, this one here, this one does that, and then if you listen to Paul, I don't know if is that you, Paul? No, that was
Oh,
Ricardo.
damn it.
Sorry. If you listen to Paul, who comes in, he will he has all these different indicators, and when they hit a certain spot, when they all point to this one spot, that's a signal for him to buy or sell. And it's learning. That's why I have all these different indicators, because there's things that I look for. I haven't seen a lot of them lately. the looks and the setups that I want, but I have a whole bunch of those. I just haven't seen them. And unfortunately,
Stone,
when
you
I
just
took
keep
pictures, when I took pictures of them, it was before I was taking screenshots. So those pictures are actually my iPhone taking a picture of my screen and I put it in my journal, and
Right.
I don't want to bring those out and let everybody see them because it's just too hard to read.
Yeah, those are very hard to get used to. Watch SPY very critically here because we have, if you look at the 5-minute chart and zoom out a couple days, you'll see it's basically a double bottom, but I'm looking at it really pushing a rejection off of R1.
Mm-hmm.
So if we break that 5-minute 8 period, we should see that rejection continue to run bearish. But if we see it get above that point, and that's where if it breaks 369 and continues to trend upwards, then we'll have to either adjust or reset our forward position because it'll tend to follow SPY.
That's where we are with SPY. Which one is it that I used? Nope. We're in that same range we were with SPY the other day.
Yeah.
That range I showed last night in that video. That's where we are.
Yep. Friday is completely open on that. And then I have a little more insight on that. Let me get a screenshot up here. Oh, son of a gun.
Yeah. That is.
My snip tool's dead.
Your snip tool is dead. Can you see my screen, guys? Yeah. Okay. It went off for me for a minute.
Son of a... God, I hate that.
I do too. Whatever it is you hate.
Yeah.
Yeah, that stuff. Slow.
No, it's just
Just
there's a
kinda-
tool. It's an application that you use when you use that Windows Shift S.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Every once in a while, for no reason, it just disables itself. I have no idea how. I like literally ripped the left side Alt key off my keyboard, so I quit hitting that because that disables it too.
See, personally, I prefer Command Shift 4. You know, I mean, I'm sorry, dude. I just
Command
used
Shift
Mac
3 or
again.
Command Shift 4?
Command Shift 4.
What's that do?
That's a Mac thing.
So I believe 3 is an entire screen and 4 is the crosshairs, and you can select what you want to snip.
Thank you. Okay, look out. This could be bar spinner bar on a 1 minute chart on SPY.
Seeing that.
Sorry, I didn't mean to bring out my Mac talk into your
all good.
PC
Mac,
world,
bro.
Jeremy.
He's just talking Mac.
Hey, Devin, Mac lovers unite.
Amen.
That's
got a
right.
Mac.
See? Yeah, I mean, it's a great tool. It's a great tool.
I'm like the anti-Apple over here.
Hey, I told you my entire TSP, which is our government 401, 100% SPY, baby, because of that 7-8% Apple hold.
Yeah. No, I believe in
wait a
SPY. I
minute.
believe in the share price.
Hang
I
on
just
a
don't like
second.
using their stuff.
What the heck?
Yeah, you see that little inverted Busby there?
See this right here.
Yeah, can you zoom in?
I'm
Can you
gonna
go to
zoom
the
in for you and show you what I got right here. This is another lesson. I want to sit there and do a whole series on this, guys. This is what I'm talking about that I look for right there. Now this is it's on VWAP. It's on top of VWAP, and we got a red hammer on this chart, and that red hammer is poking down and putting a dent into both my
That's
woodies.
the elephant foot.
That's like the elephant foot. And really, it's like a harami or whatever. But we got this engulfing
Enveloping.
candle here right now, so we need to let it finish. But this looks like it might want to push up higher again. So
Yeah, it's looking like that too. Son of a...
4 to 5, Jeremy. 4 to 5.
I'm going to have to close my forward position and reassess it.
that's okay. That's
Ooh.
this is why we
Victoria,
wait.
did you hear that? He's closing his forward
But now
position.
look, but
Yeah,
here's
I
the
noticed
thing. Here's the thing, though, Jeremy. Look at that. You know, I'm looking at the volume profile on the MES. So
Yeah.
breathe and breathe and help us all understand this. Now, when we get to the top of the volume profile and there's nothing above it, that's not the same as when you get to the bottom and there's nothing below it, is it?
Not exactly, no.
Right, 'cause when,
But if you look at the actual standing orders, it'll give you the clue. So look at the ES. for the standing orders on the 10-second chart, and you'll see the ledges stick way out.
Holy
And it's
cow.
about to break R1.
Holy cow.
Son of a gun.
I just closed mine.
Yeah,
He's a bear.
I'm just seeing a double bottom everywhere I look all of a sudden.
Oh.
And
Double bottom.
it's right at the bottom of a trend. So
Yeah. So
Of course not.
that works. That's Jeremy. Thank you. I mean, Devin. Thank you for helping me with these things. Yeah. That's that sign. That's one of those spots where I see that happen often. When price is gonna push up. And you'll see the opposite, the inverse, where it's flipped up top, and these look like peaks instead of valleys, and that usually means it's going to go down. So quite interesting. Here we have AAL moving up as well.
Yeah, of course, my $100 didn't clear, and I would have killed it. Like I would have made 25% of my $100.
I'll let you come trade
right
for
now.
me. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I know. Maybe it's better because we know if I actually had done it, it wouldn't have worked out this way. So
So on SPY, where do you think the next support would be?
Do you mean resistance?
love being a bear, but I also love being able to get the hell out.
Yes, I meant resistance. Sorry.
Well,
Well,
for
I
some
mean,
reason,
you know,
I have a whole different chart now. I must have did something stupid. I've got too many SPY charts.
I don't know, Jeremy. That looks like it shot off really hard on SPY.
Yeah, it broke the high. That's a strong
Oh, it's because
breakout.
it broke.
That's a strong
Because it broke
breakout.
the high.
If I had my screen snippet up, it would, you'd see exactly what I'm looking at. But there's the lower trend line, and then you see essentially a megaphone pattern between yesterday or Friday and today, with a double bottom in it.
Look
And
left,
range-
people. Look
Range
left.
all the way to 372, like right now.
Mm-hmm. See all that stuff right there.
Close the call
Oh,
site
I
on
didn't do
forward
something
too
just
damn
now, did
soon.
I? No. Okay. I have my futures open, and if you hit the mouse the wrong way, I keep the pointer way off the screen.
What the
A
phantom
Trade-O-Vate.
button?
On
The
Trade
phantom button.
Oh my gosh, Trade-O-Vate.
You accidentally press one and
No, I
it's
know.
like auto filled.
Yeah, I had to get rid of hotkeys on it. You know how much I was excited about hotkeys. I stopped the hotkeys because you hit the keyboard flipped one day in demo, and it hit the ground, and I bought six short orders and lost a bunch of fake money. It's like, oh no, I'm glad that wasn't real money.
double top on Ford.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what I was wondering about.
maybe-
he's going to do that to us.
maybe.
We'll see.
It
Not
also
last,
looks like
but-
it could be a little Wu-Tang, little W.
Yeah, it could break.
But I'll go with a double top too. We'll see.
I mean,
Yeah,
we're
it's
hoping that because SPY is going up, and usually
They follow each
Ford's
other.
Ford's within SPY. So
On the 1 minute, they're identical right now. So
Yeah, you'll see that. That's the one thing I like about trading the indexes is like, especially Ford SPY, because usually they'll follow each other. Oh, look at that.
canary in a coal mine.
Oh, I got the Globex high on that one. Okay, cool. Yeah, we passed the Globex high. And I do have some of SIG's indicators. And man, some of them are really great.
Hey Stone, would you think of what's happening on SPY? Would you like on a 5 minute that could be looked at as exhaustion, maybe?
No, not on a 5 minute.
I'm not. I'm looking at yours. So.
That's a 5 minute.
Ford wants to come down.
I like I wish we had
Can
a
I-
video game where I wish we could, make this like Missile Command or something. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't
What,
realize.
like bells and whistles?
Like you put your targets in, and then you hit it, boom, and then when it hits your target, it explodes and gives you money. It'd be great.
Oh, a firework? That would be awesome.
And I wonder why Jeremy loves the Bollinger Bands, man. Like, they're not always accurate, but boy, are they accurate a good amount of the time.
Dude, the Bollinger Bands are great. Jeremy has it simplistic, man. It is really great. I don't have anything different than he does, other than I don't use the Bollinger Bands. We got we both use the. I use the 8 now because of them. Used to use the 9, and I have the 8 and the 20 and the 200, and then I have that 15, and yeah, it's what you get used to. It's preference. I'll do a thing
Yeah,
one
we
night
just
on.
brought
I
brought
got-
him over to the dark side of the 8.
Yeah, you
versus
did,
the
and
9.
listen, that 8 is great, Jack. That
Yeah.
8 is great. When you you're bullish above that, but man, it on that 1 minute chart, it is money. It's 10-second too. All right, let's see. Speaking of the 10-second chart, what we got going on over here, y'all.
Apparently, I got
Also, you can get
this
you can
thing.
get on Webull, you can get lower time frames, Bud. You can get
Yeah.
you can get down, I think 5, 15, and 30. And that's pretty cool. Now, they don't give you the 10-second, but that 30-second chart can be really cool too. Just as an indicator to lead you a little bit, because it's smaller than the 1 minute.
Yeah, we're looking for patterns. So when those patterns all line up together, you know you're going in the right direction.
All right, we have hit a market maker high already at 369.27. Our ADR high is about 373.45. Is that right? Yeah. 47, 373.47.
Yeah, Stone, we get on Weeble, we get the 1 second, the 5 second, the 15, and the 30.
Ah, there it is. The 30 I like. The 15's okay. The 10 on the MES is divine.
All right, gentlemen, it's been a pleasure. I
right.
actually feel a little bit more competent this morning than usual, but the whole chart saving situation is driving me nuts on Weeble. I'll figure it out, though.
We're gonna get
Hey,
that
bud,
figured
just
out.
breathe,
do it.
man. Just breathe.
It's doing the same for me because I gotta probably just
Could be an update.
probably just an update.
Be safe, bud.
All right, thanks,
Yeah,
guys.
thanks for what you
Have a
do.
good day.
See you around, man.
Bud sounds like an old friend of mine who was a policeman, and gives me great confidence to know guys like that are out there.
Me too,
Yeah,
man.
Me too.
It really does. My old buddy Michael, man, he reminds me a lot. He sounds a lot like him. Got that Sheen rasp, that Charlie Sheen rasp in their voice just a little bit.
Right. I have
Exactly.
to reboot my computer to get my snip back. This
All
is
right,
bullshit, dude.
this is bull. This is bull.
Yeah.
Right here, bull. This is bull.
I'm gonna
This looks
I'm gonna say
bullish.
the S word. Damn it, I'm mad.
You are mad when you say the bad words, Jeremy.
I am.
I'm gonna talk.
Yeah, you know he's really going through it. When
I'll be
Man,
back.
I love Spy. Okay, go reboot your system, and we're going to continue to watch everything here. Let me just show you a few things as I'm looking at this chart. I hope this is helpful, everybody. Sometimes just being in the room, learning the environment, it's the best place to be. Here, this is the chart from Friday. Here we are today. We did slip below some of these VWAPs here, and that lowest one I had, and we rejected it. That's what I noticed the other day. We rejected those. See that, Devin? Got that elephant foot thing right there.
Yep.
I found it interesting that we rejected that low from back in June. And if I go to let me give you the 5-minute chart. I don't know which one I used for the lesson. But this is what I found interesting just a few minutes ago. This was our, right here, this group. This was our range that we were caught in on Friday where we were doing our strangles, and that's where I came up with that quick little lesson last night, the idea for that lesson on how to leg in a strangle. Well, that's the area we were in. Price went back into it in the after hours, and it came back to it here. And now it looks like we're saying we want to go beyond it. So we're going to keep an eye on that. Now, Jeremy is the options king as far as I'm concerned when it comes to scalping options. And so I can give you the price action. We can get you good on price action. I believe I have a good grasp on that to teach it. You have to have that to be able to follow price and, I don't want to say be predictive, but I like saying interpret the chart. But when you get to dealing with the options, those expiration dates and the intrinsic values and, your deltas and all that, that's where we have to sit down and really think and learn. And that's kind of hard to do while you're moderating, I know, but that's the kind of stuff we're going to, bombard Jeremy with all those questions. Because price action wise, boy, you can get in, boom. But if you get the wrong option, the wrong strike, the wrong deltas and all that stuff,
Right
man,
against you.
you'll think, and I've done this before and I'm like, I'm going to get, and I'll be 2 candles into it. And my price, I'm still sitting there at like -$1 or something. So
Yeah, because you're paying it all in premium.
right. So you have to. So that's why the importance of learning the Greeks and learning how they move, and then being with somebody like Jeremy, who can, a moderator who's able to guide us in that. That's awesome. Guide us in the direction that we need to go in, because options be a biatch. At first.
All right, I'm back.
And
Yeah, if you
he is back. All
you'll
right.
get a few good trades and bad trades under your belt when you're first starting out, and that'll happen. The object is to cut losses quickly,
That's
and
it.
especially with options because they're leveraged.
And let the runners run.
Yep.
Yeah, I learned that lesson today. Cheers.
That double bottom was not expected to break resistance, and it just rocketed up. And really, that's a market maker move.
Well, we're
They're
also
trapping a bunch of lemmings.
got a couple of dojis now. We got a doji on the 5-minute on SPY. We go look at the 5-minute chart. I guess I can just flip between the two of them. It's not so bad. This doji right here, which would be a bar or maybe spinner, but we have to
And I
wait
got
and
my
see what this guy does. Right on
damn
this
snipping
VWAP
tool
level
back.
here. I know this, and this is a noisy chart nasty, isn't it? Sorry, Jeremy.
We like it nasty.
Yeah, we
Dude,
do.
you ain't kidding. I do. I realized the other day I didn't have this chart up. Had I had this chart up Friday, I was kicking myself. Look at all those levels I had below it.
Hey, can somebody tell me what an ascending channel tends to do?
It tends
I don't
to
remember.
break bearish.
They usually break bearish,
But if you have a trend day,
right? They can trend on for days.
we don't know. We haven't had one.
You set your channel up and you break through the angular support
Yeah.
on a right or ascending channel, and then you want to make sure it confirms. So you got to make sure there's a couple other things happening there. You got to make sure it's breaking a control bar to the left in that same leg that's breaking the angular support from. If it's not, sometimes it'll close a doji right through that angular support and bounce right back up into the range.
Oh, got you. So instead of breaking over, it'll doji off of the like it'll hit right below angular support, doji
Right.
off that, and jump back in.
It looks like we're going to go south here.
Correct. And then the other thing that's pertinent on them is that they don't always end on the third leg. Oftentimes, they will end up with a fourth and fifth leg, but typically you'll get a break after the fifth leg. So if you haven't gotten a break by the third leg, and it prints that doji at the base of the channel and then bounces back, then you're likely to have the
4 to 5.
4 to 5, right? And 4 to 5 tends to be pretty big, but 3 to 4 tends to go just up to the middle line of the channel and then pull back and then bounce off that angular support again.
Yeah, off the midpoint, right?
Right.
I'm looking at that 10-second chart where that morning star was. And then patterns have to be in context too, right, Jeremy?
Right.
Yeah, like
So you got to look at the previous trend too.
yeah.
Like the morning star at the top of a channel.
Yeah, a morning star at the top of a channel, it doesn't always continue up or down, but yeah, you want a morning star at the top of the channel, and you want a evening. No, yeah, I'm sorry, you're right. I had my back ass worse. Yeah, morning stars at the top of the channel are not good.
Right.
There you go. There you go.
Usually bearish.
Yeah, you want a morning star at the bottom of the channel, and you want an evening star at the top of a channel.
Right.
And that's what
Yeah,
SIG's
yeah,
always.
usually
SIG
they-
was always, big on that. And you're talking too, also the cup and handle.
I just threw in a chat the make out of the it's essentially a rising megaphone pattern here. And that's it on a 1 minute chart. That center line is where we bounced right off of the 20 period briefly, but look at this bar coming through it now actually.
All right, guys, I gotta go talk to Navy Federal about opening a bank account and doing the things we've been talking about, Jeremy.
Oh, yeah. Right on.
You were in the Navy?
So, no, my dad was a Marine, so I get to take advantage of his military benefits in some small ways.
Really?
yeah.
How long
Yep.
was you Marine? Do you get USAA too?
Yeah, I'm a USA. That's why I'm able to go over to
I
Navy
think I need
Federal.
to go
and open-
talk to those folks. My dad was a war hero. He died before I was born, and we used to have
yeah,
we
you
used to
might-
have
you might be-
benefits all the way
you
until I
should be
was
able to get-
18.
yeah, you
And,
should be able to get in with USAA then.
Yeah, that's what
Um,
that's what we're wondering
You
about.
just need to provide. I think you just need to provide them with his information, his his.
Got to
I
figure
think you
all
just
that
give
out.
them
You
a
got- I
first
think
and
you
last
gotta have-
name,
Yeah,
I think-
typically.
Oh yeah, maybe just first and last and birthday.
Yeah.
Birthday.
Yeah.
yeah, I
and
got
date of birth.
that. So
Yeah.
yeah, I needed to
Good,
do that.
yeah.
I'm glad you said
'Cause,
that. I've been thinking
you-
about
you-
that.
Navy Federal. My roommate, she's part of Navy Federal, and she said that they offer. I mean, they offer a credit card that'll give, if you got good credit, they'll give you up to like 2% cash back on everything.
Yeah.
And
Mhm.
she finances her car at like 3%.
Yeah, it's
So I'm like,
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna go over there real quick.
Oh, that's 5 minutes. Oops, sorry guys.
Anyway, sorry for taking us off topic.
No,
fellas.
that was sorry. That was
Oh,
my
yeah.
fault. I asked a million questions, and it's slow anyway right now. This is a weird. I'm seeing sideways really at the moment. Although
Yeah.
this looks like this could be the beginning of a Head and Shoulders.
But I might be back in a bit, so we'll see what happens.
All right,
I'll,
have fun.
get back to you. All right.
Thanks,
I will.
man.
Bye.
See you, man.
Yeah.
And Ford's kind of being annoying. It's not setting up the range I would like. It's sitting here
Ford looks a
actually
little-
giving us.
Yeah. What it's doing here?
sloppy
Look
all
out
over the
there.
place.
Let's see. What time is it now? 10:30. What do we got going on? Any kind of market watch stuff? Dallas
Not
Fed
that I know of.
manufacturing.
Nothing really serious.
Just a sideways market. I haven't really looked at the news because I just find that stuff can be distracting at times.
Yeah.
And we're pushing over. We're rolling over there.
Yep. There we go. SPY finally breaking that center line on that 1 minute chart.
Yeah.
I threw it up in the chat.
You threw it up, huh?
There's a key. Yep. And there's a key pivot at 369 too. So don't forget about that thing. We need to break that with some force in order to become bearish. Otherwise, this thing will hop around in range. Oh man, Ford is really annoying me today.
Yeah, me too.
Well, I think what'll end up happening is probably between now and about 11, we'll find a range we can leg into on Ford again to
2:30 now.
Walk-
I mean
walk
10:30
back
now.
in. But
10:33.
I'm actually looking at American Airlines with a little bit more movement and more likelihood to be continuing to be bearish. For the moment.
Yeah, even the little penny stock there is kind of going sideways.
Yeah. There's a little hammer. Watch that 8 period on the 1 minute chart right here while SPY plays with this pivot. It's looking like a breakover on a 5 minute chart, but this 1 minute chart's going to tell you whether it's going to fake out or if it's going to just play in range.
I'll look at the half-hour chart too.
Yeah.
We look at those larger time frames because you can see different things on them.
The 15 might print a tweezer top here. That'd be good. It's all going to depend on that 369 pivot.
Now, is it 369 even? Or are you looking at the 369.90? Oh, never mind.
Well,
I see it. Never mind.
it was set at like 369.15. I always kind of round, but yeah, 369.15 is where I have it. And that just portrays
It's a pivot.
that
right
range
there.
that we had to hold over and then eventually break through on Friday.
Yeah.
See, the 1 minute chart, we're threatening a bar back across that 8 period right now. So, and of course, Ford's running back up. Lovely. This is the type of market where things tend to be uncertain. So like no one's going to trust any moves. So the chart will reflect so. And if you look at Ford, that's exactly what that is. Nobody's trusting any of that.
No. This is a hands. This is risk off, isn't it?
Yep, this is risk off.
Risk
totally.
off. Explain that one, Jeremy, if you don't mind, real
So-
quick.
A risk off day is when you don't have any definite chart analysis that's going to tell you anything that's tradable. It's great for day trading. You can do that all you want. If you find range or you find reversals, you can trade the reversals all you want. But if you're going to try and leg into something, even if it's a strangle on this type of chart, it'll be very difficult to get any accuracy in being able to put a cash cushion between those two legs because you're not going to be able to tell if this is going to bounce here and remain in the channel or if it's going to continue to break over bearish. So like if you were to try to fill calls right now and then suddenly you get rejection off the 8 period and it sinks a big old red bar, you're not going to be able to get the put open fast enough to have a cash cushion in it. So ideally, I'd wait till this probably rakes out until probably about 11:30, even 12 o'clock, and then you'll have some range you can establish so you can pick up some control bars to find where price action is likely to be later. So a risk off day in the morning doesn't always end as a risk off day. Later on, you can probably get some advantage there. And since we don't have any major news events happening in the middle of the day, implied volatility should be much lower on Ford as well. So like if you were to continue holding through that from that strangle from entering on Friday through that volatility, most of that volatility would have killed a lot of that cash cushion by now anyway. So we're going to wait and see if we can establish a range, and we'll see if we can leg back in.
That sounds exactly like something I'd like to take part in, but I've got this dreadful meeting I need to attend at 11 o'clock. So I'm hopefully going to be back here by about 11:45, 12. Well, that's just going to be when you all close for lunch, yeah?
I think so.
Can I catch up with you in the afternoon?
Absolutely. I'll be around.
Okay, I'll see you guys later.
Have a
We'll
good
see you later then.
meeting, even if you don't like it.
All right, thanks.
All
This
right.
is
That's your 2-hour chart. I know you can't see it through my
Yeah.
stuff. Let's see if I can get a cleaner chart. Let me get 2 minute clean.
I'm gonna put up my Robinhood P&L chart. I don't like putting numbers on X. That's my bigger account right now. But I'll put the chart up just to kind of give you an idea. And for the month, I'm still up 154% for the month on this thing. But you'll see like where I was ignoring my Robinhood account for a while I was just scalping the crap out of futures. Or it was just kind of flat, kind of sideways, and then you'll see this volatility I've been trading. You'll see that even I take some pullbacks, but the idea is I cut my losses much quicker than and I let my runners run.
Right.
But you'll see even I put up with some losses every now and then, and this chart will absolutely define that for you.
Look, ADTX is STB.
Just to give you guys an idea that even us alleged professionals take a knock every now and then. It does happen.
It happens.
Let's see,
Yeah.
get my phone open to do it. There you go. That's what my chart looks like for my PNL chart on Robinhood.
That's great.
You can see some of that. I mean, you can see when I took that massive forward profit there. That's that big ass bar up there. You can see the little wings here and there. There's some AAL in there, but you can see right when I started going back into focusing on options trading. That's where I do most of my options trading is in my Robinhood account, unless I'm day trading options, and I go to my Webull account. But
Yeah. We are definitely in a unusual market again this week.
that 154% on that account over a 30-day period, you can see most of that took place in less than 2 weeks, which is pretty intense when you think about it. The amount of leverage I'm using in that account is insane, and where I've had situations where I've been wheel trading with the majority of that account, and run like 300% in a 3-month chart. So 150% in a month is still pretty good, but even in a wheel trade, you can still really clean up. But I mean, like when I was wheel trading with the majority of that account balance, I mean, I had to be on it. So
Right.
it's not something you can necessarily pull off passively, although you will overall make profits wheel trading. If you're really on it, you'll do even better.
Oh, that's the break right there.
There it is. That's that 369 pivot break. Cool. End pattern on a 5-minute chart. Let's look for continuation. Probably see a little bounce on the 1-minute chart sideways here at about 368.75.
Okay.
And although Ford's 5-minute chart still looks a little bearish, look at the 1-hour chart. And I'm going to zoom out and show that real quick here. Hold on. You can see we've broken that angular support, and that angular support comes from way back to the left there. Let me get that going here.
Mm-hmm.
That's that angular resistance on that diamond top. And see if I can get a good picture of it. Maybe on a daily chart. There we go. It's not showing it either.
Mm-hmm. There's a break somewhere. Let's see what it does.
See, the angular support for SPY is hovering right at about 368.25.
Dates 28, 30, 30. Okay, we'll sit here and wait. Yes, this is a sit and wait.
Pretty much.
Trying to check to see if there's anything in the news going on. Ian strengthens into a hurricane. I got people here still concerned it's coming this way. It ain't no fun.
No.
No, people are nervous. People are real nervous around here. They're like, I don't care if it says it's going to Florida. Look, it still can come this way. I'm like, well, let's just wait and see.
All you can do at that point.
No, usually, like I said, Ida caught me off guard. It caught the whole city off guard because it was so far out and it made a beeline straight for the city and the state from all the way down near the Yucatan Peninsula. And, historically, when you look at storms, growing up here, you look at them. We used to track them as a kid. We used to have hurricane tracking maps. School and everything, you'd be talking about the hurricane. That's a big thing you do around here. Everybody was a junior meteorologist, so we all know, most folks around here know if you look at a map and you find the lowest barometric pressure on the coast, whoever has the lowest barometric pressure, that's where the storm's going. And so,
Typically.
yeah, and so we would sit there and look, and usually they would drift east when they're down there. They would drift east. Sometimes
Right.
they drift west, never a straight line. And I kept waiting for that thing to go east, and it didn't. And it was like, uh-oh. And then it was too late.
Yep.
And then it was a slow freaking mover.
Yeah, just drown you for hours and
And
hours and hours.
They just rebuilt the tower that knocked down a mile from my house. The tower that went into dropped all the electric wires into the Mississippi River.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, we heard it. We heard the metal twisting because we were here. We heard the metal twisting when it happened. It's Louisiana. We talk about hurricanes and gumbo.
I like gumbo.
And we're not talking about the Saints today.
No.
No. No.
I like the gumbo. I like the Bodan crackling, but I ain't never gotten acquired taste for the mud bugs.
Oh no, those are great. Those are great. That's my favorite.
Talking about crawdads?
Uh-huh. Crawfish, man.
What's a mud bug?
That's
Okay.
Crawfish, yeah, same thing. We call them
Yeah,
crawfish.
they're okay.
Well, we have a lot of fun with them here.
I have an appetite for crab more than I like lobster. Oh, now Ford puts out a bear bar, you bum.
Yeah,
I
you
could have had some
bum.
profit on that put.
You bum is right.
Yeah, I went ahead and took profits this morning. I set up that strangle last week. I showed you, Jeremy, and basically I killed the puts right at open, and then took profit on that pop, and closed out so I could focus on the futures. It's kind of a catchy thing for me in the morning a lot of times because futures are really moving in the morning at open, but I like to try to get my strangle taken care of.
Right. Yeah, I totally missed the open. I was driving back from the emergency room with my kid.
I'm going to be bouncing in and out today in the next several days. I have a friend. He has another trading group, a day trading group, and swing trades that we do. He was wakeboarding and compound fractured his leg. So he's in the hospital right now getting surgery today. So he's out. He asked me to kind of help babysit the group for him. So I'm going to be in and out.
Yeah, no problem.
Awesome.
Ouch, man. Tell him I hope he feels better.
Yeah. For sure. What do we got?
Oh.
12-16.
Well, he and I mostly trade futures together, and he'll put out a few swing picks, but we go together and we look for the reversals and work on NQ and MNQ together.
Nice. Hey, you know what? Speaking of Apple, that might crack over a support zone here.
I still have problems with TOS charts too, not wanting to move, and they just stay still, and then they go and you can't see anything like that.
Yeah.
And it's like, why aren't you moving?
My Disney trade's still hanging in there. It's doing good. I was calling that one out to hit $100. It's there now. It's like 99.50 and keeps flashing little specks like it wants to go back to $100, but I don't think it's going to do it. It cracked at $100.66 this morning on a wick, and then just broke over bearish. It was nice.
Nice. Yeah, I took. I think I was $50 positive on the call and $10 or $12 negative on the put, and I wanted to get closed out pretty quick because I didn't realize when I did it. I was so exhausted Friday. Opened the put for $11 instead of $11.50 by accident. So I was like, I don't want to be holding 11 put. So I went in and closed that out, and then took the profit on that $12.50 call, and so it bounced out pretty nicely. So today we'll be keeping an eye on it. How's Apple? Two things I wanted to ask you, Jeremy. One, not Apple, American Airlines, but also I wanted to find out: is there a scanner or something that you use to tell you stock option plays or stocks that are optionable equivalent to Ford?
Yeah. So essentially, what I did last week was I just opened up barchart.com, and then I was able to look at, let's see here, the menu. I'm doing this on my mobile right now, actually. On your mobile, you can go down to options and then look for options volume leaders. Click on that. And then when you get it open, it'll show you a list of highest price stocks first. Just click on price, and it'll invert them to the lowest, so you can find whatever's next to Ford. And actually, let's see, American Airlines, AMD, and all that stuff is actually more volume than Ford right now, which is ironic because usually Ford has huge volume.
So barchart.com.
I'm going to try and figure out what this BHC is real quick here.
Okay, so we hit bar chart and we go to which one next?
So the drop-down menu, look for options volume leaders.
Barchart.com.
Yep. Bausch Health, huh? Ah, I see what's up. Doesn't have weeklies though, does it? Nope. Oh, yes, it does, actually. Cool.
Weeklies are what you're looking
Do you
for.
ever use FinViz?
Every now and then I get invited to try them out. I just haven't yet. That's that app that you can use for logging all your trades and stuff. We do have a affiliate relationship with them, and we do get a discount for them. And actually, if you go to our website and click on tools and then go to discounts, it'll pop up in there. Very useful app. I haven't had a chance to preview it yet, but from what I understand, it's you can put in all of your different accounts, and it'll track all your trades for you and journal them for you.
Yeah, that's cool.
Plus
I think. Yeah, go ahead.
Plus, they have news and stuff like that, like anybody else, but I haven't played with it much, so.
Yeah, I know some
I don't
people
use
use it.
I can't hear you very well. Some white noise or something.
Oh, that's hang on a second.
Probably somebody in chat.
It's where is he?
It stopped now. It sounded like a vacuum or something in the background.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm at bar chart. There it is
Yeah,
again.
that's probably me, man.
That's okay.
So I'm at bar chart. I see search for symbol or select commodity. That's the only pull down, but I don't see anything about options in the pull down.
See in the mobile you can go and click on menu at the top right, and it'll pull it down. But let me see if there's a way to do it on the desktop. Okay, bar chart. Click on the options menu, and let's see here. So down on the left side of the screen, if you click on options, you'll pull down a little menu, and then click on options volume leaders.
Okay, I see it there.
And then click on price, and it'll invert the list. You have to click on it twice, and then you'll see at the bottom there, pretty much everything trading in the same price range as Ford will be in that area. And I see BHC at the top of the list. American Airlines is the second. And basically, you're looking at options volume. I mean, Ford typically has 4,000 or 5,000 options traded at the money every day. Looking at this BHC, it's showing like 10,081 options contracts traded so far today. So if you look at the implied volatility, though, it's huge. So I wouldn't take a strangle in that position. In this case, I would probably look to do credit spreads. That's a little bit more complex than the beginner can handle. On
I'm still trying to look here. If I click price type, it doesn't list it by it. Okay, click it once. Tesla's at the top. Click it again. Apple's at the top. 153. BHC. So I'm trying to find a way to organize it so that way maybe if I click by strike.
I just click on price and type are both two different columns. Type is going to tell you whether it's call or put.
Okay. So where do I find price? I don't see price here on mine. I
Price
see
is-
symbol, price type, strike, expiration date.
The price and type are both separate. So hover over price and click on it.
Okay. Yeah, I see it now. Gotcha.
That gives you a list of equities by the last traded value per share. And what that gives you is the ability to kind of narrow down a list of stuff that's low priced enough to where it's feasible to get into a strangle without risking a whole lot. So you can at least practice it. But with that BHC, I wouldn't mess with that unless you're day trading it. But looks like AMD and American Airlines are the top two underneath that. And even AMD.
Okay, so we're just looking for something that's close to Ford, is what you're saying then.
Right, pretty much around that price range. So American Airlines is probably gonna be the best bet. Although AMD options are not that expensive, you can certainly trade strangles on that if you have an appetite for it. Contracts will be a little bit more than Ford, obviously, but the charting on AMD is actually pretty easy.
There's AMD there.
So now, Jeremy, you would want to look for a leg in right now at Ford on the call side, right? Because it's going downwards.
I would, but I'm going to wait for this range to shake out till about 11:30 or noon first. What I should have did is kept puts open and took profit on the calls and waited on the puts, but it looked like it was going to rip a face off and close that gap from that double bottom reversal. And just that uncertainty and that pullback was a little bit off-putting for me. Plus, I got into the party late. I didn't catch the opening, so.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was playing that reversal for the potential face rep. And so I cut those puts. I didn't cut them last Friday. I would have. But just because I didn't have any day trades. So I waited till today and I cut it as soon as it opened and tried to ride those calls up as high as I could.
As soon as it broke that resistance at 12:32, I got faked out. And that I was thinking it was looking like it was going to head for 12:58 to the next pivot there. And then it totally reversed right there. So rather than sit there and watch, if it would have ran to 1260, that put loss would have been huge. So I ended up just cutting the losses, and I'll rework it a little later in the day. But I'm not going to jump in it right now.
Mm-hmm.
Even SPY is kind of unsavory to trade right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, everything's kind of moving funky. I got stuck in a position there on the futures there, so I got myself down 120 on the day, and I've grounded to only being down by about 13. So working to try to see if we can't make positive territory now, but it's moving in painful movements right now.
Very
Yeah,
slow.
it's just not very certain. If you want to look at something that actually does have some range here, that's very possible. And chips are getting beat to hell this week, by the way. Open up a weekly chart on AMD and look all the way left until you see the candle for July 24th of 2020.
Oh, you want a 3-year weekly.
Uh-huh. Look way to the left there. And throw a pivot at the bottom and top of that candle.
July, you said?
Yeah, July 24th of 2020 on a weekly chart.
I got July 20th right here.
Yep. Well, July
Well, give me
20th
a
didn't
20
have...
Give me 27th and 20th, but not a 24th.
Okay, so your weekly candles are showing the beginning of the week. Mine are
Okay.
showing the end of the week.
So that would be this one here. That big control bar.
There you go.
That big control bar, and it's got another one right there with that wick into it. So
Yeah.
that's important.
There's a week of the 24th and the week of the 31st. Both of those are control bars. But if you strike a pivot between those two, so it'd be about, 68, 70, no, 69, 50 would be the top of that candle, really. We're just inside of that candle today.
Let me do this.
And if this continues to be bearish, the target would be $55.
to the top of this one right here. 55, you said?
Yeah, 55 would be the bear target for the ultimate bear target on this trend right here.
Okay.
If it breaks too far below that $68 pivot, that's where it's going.
All right. Let's see
And
here. Let's see
zoom
now.
in a little bit more.
Hang on, this guy right here. What's he gonna do? So, my question is, was this a pullback?
Right. So as far as looking at that, AMD to me would look like an appropriate strangle for. Let me make sure the prices aren't too crazy on that real quick. Implied volatility will have a lot of effect on that, but it's not too bad looking
Got a
at
5 minute I'm looking at there. Sorry, you can't see that.
let's see, 5 minute chart. I'm looking at a potential for a morning star right here up through the 5 minute 200 period, and then I'm going to see if I can
On your AMD or a SPY?
AMD.
Okay. Righty then. Okay. Let's see what happens here.
AMD and Nvidia are all getting kind of beat up.
They're all looking like crap right now.
Yeah.
SPY on the 5 minute chart. Is this too much chart nasty over here?
No, not too bad. Mine are way worse. If you hover over share your screen, you'll see a little drop down.
On mine?
Yeah.
Which one? Discord?
Yeah.
Or
Are you
OBS?
set to 1080p on Discord?
I don't know. I'm getting an error sign right now on YouTube telling me that I'm not in the right resolution.
It'll match it anyway. It's because you're using a wider monitor.
Yeah. Is that why? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, if I use the small one, you don't see anything.
Right.
The laptop.
It just tries to match the monitor.
Yeah. Okay. So where am I going in Discord?
So in Discord, you should be able to change the stream quality to 1080p, and then you can do up to 60 frames per second. Since you got the Nitro juiced up now.
I'm trying to look
I'm
at
on
the
1080p.
futures here. Oh, go ahead.
I'm sorry. I'm on 1080p.
You are? Okay.
Yeah. I'm at 60 frames per second. Should I be at 30?
60 is fine. It's just a little blurry on my end for some reason.
Well, I had blurriness last night on the thing I did, but we can talk about that or figure that out after a while
It was
if you want.
blurry on my end as well.
Yeah, it's because I'm using a bigger screen and this is not my forte anymore.
Gotcha.
Not my forte anymore with the technology.
Oh, no worries.
So
It's worked out.
should I use Source? No.
You can. It'll probably put it out in widescreen. That's okay.
Okay, we'll just use 1080p.
It looks fine now to me.
Okay. Yeah.
There we go. Yeah, it did just clean up a little bit. Okay, cool.
All right. I don't know if I don't know why.
It's just
persnickety.
Yeah, that's all we can say.
I mean, it's because I guess I don't know. I'm using it's all these different sources and things, having all the right resolutions at the right place.
Yeah.
What is that?
I'm gonna try and find a way to leg into AMD here. This will be a little bit more of a long-term debit spread swing trade type setup. See if I can find an appropriate $5 wide spread to trade there.
No, where's my watch list?
Oh.
Thank you. There we go. Now I have my watch list. I don't know what was going on there. Webull did some weird things to me too. Huh.
NVIDIA and AMD, same exact chart. However, NVIDIA has a trend
Okay,
instead of a control bar.
let's see what happens here.
Yikes.
Last few seconds of this 5-minute
Oh my
candle.
gosh.
What you looking at?
NVIDIA can be bearish all the way down to like $92. Once it breaks key support at about 118, that's a goner. Trying to find an appropriate spread that'll work for that because I want to do some swing trading spreads. I got to
Right.
put stuff in the alert channel every now and then.
Well, right now it's weird. Looks
Yeah.
like we're going to go south here.
Yeah, I think so. But we need a little bit more range to the bottom. So Ford can go as low as $8 in this trend, but I mean that's going to be a ways down the road. We can strangle it again if you want, but I'm not legging into it yet. I want to see if there's range.
Here it goes. There it goes. There it goes.
Yeah, it's gone. Son of a gun! I could have killed it with those puts. I'm pissed at myself for missing the opening.
It happens, dude.
Yep. All right, let me see if I can find an appropriate spread on NVIDIA, perhaps.
Wait a
See, I'd be looking at November 18th expiration for swing trades.
What is that? Huh.
Like to do the $5 wide.
Shoot.
Damn, those are some expensive options on NVIDIA.
Yeah. 367, 33. Let's see where we are here. Bottom of this candle here.
All right, well, let's look to Intel Corporation. They're bearish
Yeah.
AF too.
All right, you're going south.
Wowzer.
Wowzer
Okay.
is right.
Yeah, a little late to the party on Intel Corp. How about...
Wow.
Oh, what's my other favorite one to destroy? IBM.
You're looking for stuff, aren't you?
I am. Oh, there we go. IBM looks pretty nice. Sitting right at the weekly 200 period. With a bounce up to boot. Let's have a look at that. Aha. So likely IBM will retest about $125 by the end of the week, maybe. And then reject. And if it smokes that weekly 200 period, there's a control bar to the left to pay attention to. December
on
10th of
NVIDIA?
2021
Yeah.
on IBM. It's not a huge range. It's like from 119 to 115, but the other part of that is rejecting the other control bar. 124. Okay, so there's another control bar. March 4th of 2022 this year. That's more likely to be in the area. Okay. That puts resistance at 124, support all the way down at 119.50. Damn it, Ford. Why? Why'd I have to cut those puts? That was dumb. I got faked out and totally ruined on that one. That's annoying. Ugh. And Ford's going all the way to $12 here. Son of a gun. IBM's actually threatening a breakover to come down and test 122. If we wanted, we could day trade that.
Yeah, I was going to see how it reacts right now.
Yeah, it almost touched that $12 bill. 1203 it got to.
Yeah, legging into those things at the right time so that you're in the not in the money, so that you're not losing. That's an art that you have.
Yeah, I just totally messed that up today, though.
Well, you don't usually mess it up, so it
I
is
just feel
Monday.
bad for everybody, closing their puts too early. I got faked out, and I got the wrong signal on
Hey,
that. And
look,
I just
it's a hell of a market right now. This is not
True.
normal, right? And we've got all kind
Very
of stuff going on. We got nukes being, we got nuclear war threatened from a crazy man in Russia. We've got the
Yeah.
pound crashing. The dollar's up. Dollar's up to 113 today. 113.57 so far.
UUP is even ripped above 30.
Yeah, so it's a crazy market. Who knows what to do?
Yeah, I just stepped away from my computer to eat a little bit of spaghetti, and you guys crashed the market. Look at this.
Yeah, we screwed it up, man. It's our fault.
Okay, so Jeremy, I'm looking at AMD again here. I'm in my learning phase. I'm looking. It's like $1.81, $1.39, $1.04 for puts.
Yeah, they're
So-
ridiculously overpriced right now.
Yeah. So the question is, do you go for the dollar puts, or you look at more like the strike 60 at 18 cents? Since it seems like it moves, maybe $10 a day.
Yeah, it can. And then the other way to do that is you could run into a debit spread if you have at least. Let me see here. I'm trying to remember if you can do debit spreads with the level 2 options trade. I don't think you can. It'd be level 3.
Well, I was able to do debit spreads. I did when I did the Iron Condor there.
That's
It let
right.
me do.
I forgot about that. They did let you do that. That was in your
Yeah,
TS
yeah.
account.
I don't. Yeah, I don't like Iron Condors yet. I'll figure it out, but
They're a little tricky.
yeah, they are. But strangles are working well for me. Like I said, I just got to keep. Basically whatever I've made, I had to take off my wife. She had to make a trip, so I sent that to her. So I'm kind of back to where I started, and got to start rebuilding that here. But yeah, strangles seem to be working. So it's just a matter of scalability from there. Rinse and repeat.
Right. Let's see here. October 14th puts. How about that? Let me see. There we go. Now we're talking.
Puts for AMD.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, October 14th puts 330, 280, 240. Is that what you're looking at?
I'm actually looking at. Let's see here. I'm looking at the 63, 62.50 spread. I'm also looking at the, well, I don't like to spend that much on a 50-cent spread, though. That's kind of dumb.
Yeah, that's more than what I've got available right now.
I prefer to do a dollar wide spread, but the dollar wide spread, it's way too much. Like if I can't do at least a 4-to-1 risk to reward ratio on a spread, I won't do it. So like at most on a dollar wide spread, I'd want to spend like 20 cents at most.
Yeah, I'm not sure right now that I have anything to offer anybody other than trying to find some things that are moving.
Yeah, I'm not going to spend 30 cents on a dollar wide spread.
No.
Well, let's see. What if we do, we're just day trading AMD. We could do, let me check the time.
Good at all.
Let me check the theta on that real quick. Could almost do a 63-64 debit spread. Expiration on the 30th or this Friday.
Oh, what am I doing? Get my range here. Wiki there.
Let's see, you could do the 62-63 spread for about 18 cents right now. Oh, 16 cents. I might leg into some spreads on that. Let me see. I just want to make sure the time decay isn't going to crush that.
I'm going to kill the YouTube stream. Is that all right, Jeremy?
Yeah, totally fine.
11:15, 11:16 now. YouTubers, thank you for hanging out with us. We got a little crazy market we're trying to figure out, obviously, as everybody else is. So we do a lot more here in Bullish Bears. I think we're going to stay alive in our Discord for a while. So thanks for hanging out with us, and we will see you again soon.
Let's see here, where is the theta? Damn, 16 cents a day on that.